All right. It's Monday, March 4th. I said I would do a preview of the Illinois Purdue game, and I'm going to. I'm going to go position by position. Uh, you look at Illinois' starting lineup, we have to remember that they are a great offensive team. Uh, the statistical service Ken Palm rates them as certainly the best in the Big Ten. And if you watch their games, you see that they're bound to score 90 and they're bound to give up 80 or more. So if they don't score 90 or at least into the high 80s, they're suspect to a loss. Looking at it position by position, I look at um, their starters and Guerriere, who's a forward, uh, can hit a three. He hit 2 out of 3 shots against Northwestern, and he scored 7 points with 4 rebounds. Adequate at that position, but nothing to brag about when your team is scoring 91. Hawkins is plays almost every minute. He is a considered a great guard. He hit 4 out of 9. He hit his only 3, and he scored 13. He has been helped by the emergence of the mask and the return of Shannon. Those are the two. I would look at Hawkins and Guerriere and say I would suspect that they'll play about that game. It's the game they always play, but they don't play defense. They'll say they do, but I've watched 2 or 3 Illinois games, and it's certainly never more than level B defense. Um, so I look at it and I say, well, Hoffman Rentz versus either of those two, I would go with Hoffman every time. I would take a look at Lance Jones and say Lance Jones could certainly handle one of those and keep them from having a big night. So I would look at those two and say that matchups will be toss-ups. I look at the mask and I think, well, there's a very good player. It might be that you put your best defender on him. He played 35 minutes and got 31 points. But he was going home to Wisconsin. I don't know that he'll do that this game, but I expect that he'll get 20 points. It's just a question of on how many shots. He's pretty efficient. He hit around 60%. You have Ty Rogers, again, uh, a so-so guy. He's not going to match up well with Edie. None of their bigs are. So you're going to have a team beating on Edie. And a lot of that will come down to, are the Big Ten refs going to call fouls? How are they going to call them? Always something should make a Purdue fan nervous. And finally, you have Shannon. I think Shannon is clearly better than Fletcher Lloyd. I don't think he's. Well, I think he's 20 points better. No, it depends which Fletcher Lloyd shows up. In the last game, Fletcher apparently got the memo that he wasn't playing well, and he showed up. They left him open, and he punished him for it. 4 out of 6 from the 3-point line is a good job. Well done. I think that's the real Fletcher Lloyd, and the one we want to keep seeing. Braden Smith against Shannon. I don't think he'll be guarding him. Uh, Shannon is going to score 30 points. He's just that way. It's a question of how many shots is he going to get his 20 or 30 points. And if he gets 20 points, he takes 15 shots to do it. So be it. We can live with that. If he does it with 10 or 11 shots and a lot of free throws, oh, we're in for a long night. So that's what I look at. I think Edie, if the refs don't put him on the bench at the 6 or 7 minute mark, he's going to be looking to score 20, 25 with maybe 15 rebounds. I think Smith, I don't know how he can keep shooting as well as he's shooting, but I think he's good for another 15 to 20. Uh, I look at this game and I say, Bottom line, Illinois could win it. There are much better teams since Shannon's come back, and they've played with him for a while. So you look at that and you just have to say, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be a game where the loser scores maybe 80 points. And it's just which team is going to have the better offensive night. Is Purdue's defense going to be able to slow the offense down and keep them down to around 80? Because Purdue's capable of scoring 85 to 90. That being said, I haven't looked at the point spread. I don't want to look at point spreads. I'm going to pick Purdue, but I would not be surprised if Illinois wins this game. It'll be a meaningless win, just one for them to put in their books. But the things that argue against it is uh, they're playing a good defensive team and a team that can also score. That's going to be a tough combination for them. And frankly, that's what they're going to face in the tournament. Now, if they embarrass Purdue, I'm going to get off the mudslinging at them and say they might do something in the tournament. That's what they're going to face in the tournament. Competent defensive teams with good offense. That being said, I'm picking Purdue. I'm picking Edie to have a very good night. One of the other players will step up. I think Purdue's bench will play more and will show more than they have in recent games. They haven't shown more offensively because, frankly, they haven't needed to, and they know they're not being sent in there. So they don't take shots on the wide open or the clock's running out. That's it. Again, my voice is like this. It's not the mic. I have a better mic coming, hopefully, to help with my voice. And I've done my morning 2 mile walk, and I'm going to sound like this the rest of the day. You have a better day than my voice is having, and as good a day as I'm going to have. Take care.